The year is 2022. Barney the Dinosaur as a concept will be brought forth in 1987, thus making the year, at least to me, Barney's 35th anniversary. And as such, our stage is shining a spotlight 35 years into the past, back to the beginning and what started it all. Find your seat as we take a look at the first installments in this character's long-lived history, Barney and the Backyard Gang. A day at the beach, to the stage. This theme song, man, I both like it and I'm sort of towards it. On the fourth home video in this series, the song is re-sung entirely, and honestly, it was probably for the better, because I can easily see this version like scaring kids. Yo, why is they shouting so hard though? It's unique though, and I appreciate it for that. The lyrics are very much, here's Barney, and here are his friends. There you go. Yo, it's been 35 years, and we still don't know what Adam's ticket is even for. What ticket is y'all talking about? The show starts off in a backyard, as Mom, played by Sandy Duncan, sings a beautiful version of I Love You.
With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you, won't you say you love me too?
A song that would become a staple in the Barney franchise from here on, one that eventually done got the boy in some trouble, and one we'll be hearing many different instrumental renditions of throughout the coming videos. Mom's children, Michael and Amy, hop into the kiddie pool she's prepared, and we learn that they're both excited as their father is supposed to be taking them to the beach the following day.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Amy. Do you have room for one more? Sure, there's lots of room.
Wow, Mom really just don't care. Her whole backyard is just littered with folks that ain't even asked if they could come over. This really must have been a different time because my mom would have had it. We meet Lucy, Tina, Jason, and Adam, the kids collectively calling themselves the Backyard Gang. Can you guess why? No, don't worry, I'll wait.
Your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Okay, I love Sandy Duncan's performance. I mean, all of the kids too also have pretty great acting for the time. But along with her being a mother herself, you can tell Sandy Duncan just loves kids in general. She's such a natural in this role, and it's really nice seeing her interactions with the kids. After all 6 kids get situated in this really tiny pool, Mom takes a call from Michael and Amy's father, informing them that he unfortunately won't be able to fulfill their planned trip to the beach. As the gang ponder how to handle their disappointment, a deep voice sounds out from somewhere in the backyard.
That's not how it's done.
Who said that?
I did. No, over here.
Then something magical happens.
He's back!
Okay, so can we talk about this? This is so much different than what we know later on in the television series. Barney appears and the kids are essentially frightened at first sight. However, he's brought to life through their imaginations. It's because of this that they can see him. So why are they scared? You thought of this. Also, Michael says he's back when he's full-sized. What do you mean he's back? Does this mean that they just haven't had the toy around much? Or that they haven't imagined him in quite a while? It's interesting, especially in that this implies that throughout the entire time the gang have been friends, they've never seen or known of Barney. How long have they been friends to where the toy just hasn't been around while they play? We see more of this in the tapes that we'll look at after, but I like thinking about these kinds of things solely because it is so different than what would be known later down the road.
Oh, Barney is is a dinosaur, a dinosaur, a dinosaur. Barney is a dinosaur, a friend to you and you.
Barney introduces himself in song, and the eldest members of the group take a liking to him right away. Then we move to Tina, cowering next to her big sister, Lucy. Alright, Tina really is the star child of the bunch. We'll see more of this for sure, but it's very clear what they were trying to do with this character. Especially considering initial reactions from kids being frightened by Barney's original design after the tapes were released. It was a smart move to introduce the youngest character of the group to the big purple dinosaur with a hug, to prove that he wasn't so scary and that he was a friend. Also, look at Tina in like every shot she's in. Her acting is so over the top, yet so perfect for her character, given the fact that she's literally 4 years old. I don't know, it's adorable.
Did I hear you say you've never been to the beach? Boonga!
What does that mean? I don't know. I don't speak dinosaur.
Barney offers to take the kids to the beach himself, and as soon as they return to the pool, it suddenly begins to rise, after he says the magic words,
Shimbaree, shimbara, shimbaree, shimbara.
It's here that we're introduced to Barney's many different costume changes. The first being a salary outfit? First being a sailor's outfit. And yo, my boy is looking sharp. Arriving at the beach, the gang enjoy various beach-themed activities, such as playing with sand, singing about the water, and looking for seashells. Now, here's the thing, and I know y'all can see it. Barney is a purple dinosaur. A very, very, very deep purple colored dinosaur. However, on the cameras, the color comes off almost blue entirely. Much of this home video was filmed on a blue screen, meaning the cast acted in front of a literal blue wall, that way they could be composited in front of a large beach without having to actually travel to one. I only mentioned this because, like I said, it was a blue screen, not a green screen. So, of course, this resulted in Barney looking exactly as he does now. Gray. I mean, they did the best that they could, but oh my god, bro, this looks so bad. It's crazy just how strongly Barney himself was affected by this color-wise. Anyways.
Yes, Tina?
Bro, I love Tina, bro. Why is she so cute, though? Stop!
Barney, do you know the peanut butter song?
Now, Adam, you know goodness well there ain't no peanut butter song. You done made that up. Admit it.
First you take the peanuts and you crunch them. You crunch them. First you take the peanuts
Admit it! The crew spot a pirate ship in the distance and decide to make their way towards it.
I'm scared.
There's nothing to be afraid of. It's only make-believe.
And make-believe can't hurt you.
Right.
Make-believe can't hurt you. I love that quote so much. I'm gonna start using that whenever I get a nightmare now.
Shiver me timbers.
Hey yo, is that Johnny Depp?
Well, it doesn't look so scary from here. Yeah, I'm glad I came.
Look at this shot. Look at Tina. Barney and the Backyard Gang, at least in these first 3 home videos, I think because it has this adventure aspect to it, does attempt to add personality to these characters in a way that I don't think Barney and Friends did their best with, and I love it a lot. It's not all that much, but you can tell there was definitely an effort put into that specific aspect of the series.
Hey, guys! I can look down into the water. What do you
Oh my god, it's just a still image of Michael smiling.
These magic goggles.
Hey yo, Barney, don't be pointing that at me. What's wrong with you? Is that the Barney bag, bro? The crew put on swimming gear and dive into the make-believe ocean. Back first.
Swimming under the deep blue sea. The water's clear and warm and still. There's so much to see.
Where they run into a mermaid sitting on a rock, doing nothing except probably waiting for folks to come bother her.
There's a bump. Oh, there's a bump. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
They sing a song, and then leave. I don't know why I even added this part to the script. Not much happens here and they're gone. Come on guys, let's go. Heading back to shore, they sing probably my favorite like sea-themed song of all time. Back on land, Barney decides to take the kids back home. Now, why they decided to row Lord knows how long back to the beach and then go home rather than just going home, I couldn't tell you. Upon making it back, the gang thank Barney for the make-believe trip and begin heading back to their own respective homes.
Goodbye, Tina. Remember, I'm always here. And if you need something special, all you have to do is make a wish, and I'll be there.
I know, Barney. That's why you're so special. Love you.
Love you too.
Following one final moment with Tina, Barney is realized as a toy dinosaur once again. Michael relaying that as long as they wish hard enough, he'll always be there with them. The kids' father relays that he actually will be able to take them to the beach after all, before noticing that something extraordinary may have just taken place in his absence. I can't express enough just how much A Day at the Beach does for this franchise as a beginning. It not only brings forth Barney's nature, his themes, and many staples we still see today, but it enforces the importance of imagination and how much it factors into not only a child's mind and creativity, but that anything is possible through its usage. It's a video that stands the test of time and introduces the audience to a friend that the world would surely never forget.
Where did they get the sand?
Oh.
What do you guys do around here when I'm not around?
Barney comes to play with us whenever we may need him. Barney can be your friend too if you just make believe him.
Starting inside the house, we're treated to a slow-moving shot of Michael and Amy's family eating breakfast, and Amy's eating cereal with no milk. Why are you doing that? Or maybe she has a glass of milk next to her so she can pour it in the cereal? I never understood why people do that. Just pour the milk in the bowl. You don't need the glass, bro. As the father readies to leave for his golfing day, we hear I Love You once again at the beginning of the video, rather than the end that we've become most accustomed to.
I love you, you love me. We're as happy as can be with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Couple of
Have
hours.
fun.
Sure, have a great golf day.
I wish we could do something special for Daddy.
Wait, so why did you you didn't even have anything already planned that you wanted to do for his birthday at all? The way that came off is that you literally just slammed this man out his own house for no reason. What is wrong with y'all? Yeah, it's the father's birthday, and Mom suggests the kids hold a performative show as a surprise gift. Stumped on how they could possibly accomplish this, they recruit the Backyard Gang to help out.
This is my very first dance costume. Hey guys, what's going on?
So I like how literally no one acknowledged that scream. Like they just walked in. I know y'all heard that. Maybe it's just normal for them. I don't know. Here we're introduced to the garage. Yeah, I mean shed. Yeah, I mean trash heap. Yeah, I mean clubhouse. It's cute. Kinda. I mean, I get the idea behind it. It's a little space for the kids to hang out in. It's just a shame it'd literally never be seen again.
Oh, Michael, look what I found. Barney the Dinosaur. How'd he get in there? I'm going to put him right here so he can watch our show.
So Barney's just in a box in the shed. And that means that some time has to pass between A Day at the Beach and this. But how long? We discussed this in the A Day at the Beach Spotlight, how this toy seems to just sort of be forgotten, tossed around, or just not thought of often. Thus explains it being shoved in a box with other junk in the shed. Is this trash? Is it just storage? Who knows? How long has it been to where it's ended up here? No one knows that either.
We real harsh. Maybe.
Using their imaginations, the kids bring Barney to life once more.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy.
A real ventriloquist we got here.
Can you come over here and give me a big hug? Oh, I've missed you.
Yo, Tina continues to be the star child of the group, and the production crew knew that, for sure. Barney brings suggestions on what the gang could do to make an exciting show for Michael and Amy's dad, all of which involve the use of their imagination. The first being a red wagon Tina can use to sing inside of.
You could make believe it's new.
And up and down in my little red wagon, won't you be my darling?
Amy pretends to be a bumblebee for another song.
I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch, you stung me.
Girl, this clubhouse is literally full of old junk and you put on this bee costume like it won't nothing. It's probably old and gross. If you don't take that to your mom and tell her to clean that, come on now.
Open your umbrellas.
Wow! Barney! Done it again!
Now let's hear the song.
Now this scene I remember the most, only because it would always be shown in the previews at the end of the tapes. And when I used to get dropped off at a daycare when I was younger, the daycare sitter would have another Backyard Gang tape that we'd watch often. So I remember seeing this one, like a lot. A lot of the Backyard Show, despite taking place across only 3 sets, unintentionally creates iconic shots and scenes, especially throughout the intro, in which the majority of shots chosen and introducing the characters is taken from this home video in particular.
Michael, Barney! Mommy's coming!
This is literally the only time tension has ever been brought forward regarding this issue, and I wish they touched on it more. It's such a childlike thing to put in place, not letting mom know of the imaginary friend or you'll get in trouble. It's cute, and when they express how scared they are of it, it just proves how much they love their friend. Mom leads in singing If You're Happy and You Know It.
If you're happy and you know it, do all 3.
No, you're supposed to do it separately. Is this really how this song did the ending part back in the 80s? It's wrong.
If you're happy and you know it, do all 3.
So when this happened, I used to think it was like Barney running low on power, or it was him like dying and he was gonna turn back into a toy. I don't know. Wild imagination. Mom sets up party decorations and the gang prepare themselves for the show as Barney dresses himself up to watch from inside, which doesn't make much sense considering, one, there's no way ain't nobody see him walk from the shed to the house. 2, this is to assume that everyone is just already outside. And 3, we literally see folks walking in and out of the house, walking through the same spot Barney is standing at, staring through the window. What? The gang surprise Michael and Amy's dad as he returns from his golf day, and use what they were taught, as well as Barney's inspiration, to carry out dance routines and skits during the show. This includes songs that weren't shown whilst they'd been in the shed.
Little Barney foo-foo, I don't want to see you scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
For he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny.
As the show comes to an end, Michael and Amy sneak back inside to check on Barney, only to find the doll resting on the floor.
Barney, you're such a wonderful friend. You always come to our help when we need you. I love you, Barney. I love you too. You're a neat friend.
The two come back outside, Amy with Barney still in hand, as they finish celebrating with their family and the Backyard Gang, bringing this outing to a close. The Backyard Show serves as an important release, being the first home video ever released starring Barney the Dinosaur, showing the character teaching the kids they can do whatever they wish to just by using their creativity and imaginative mindset, allowing them to put on a full birthday show in just one afternoon.
Stupendous!
While it isn't my favorite, it's wholesome. It serves its purpose and it furthers the journey the character would take, as at this point in time, his legacy was just getting started.
Hi, I'm Sandy Duncan. If someone granted you 3 wishes, what would they be? One of my wishes would be more quality entertainment for my kids to watch on television. Well, that wish has been granted with this series of mini musicals called Barney and the Backyard Gang. Right now it's time for 3 wishes.
Three Wishes opens up with the kids sprawled about the backyard, bored on a Saturday. Enter Mom and Dad, attempting to cheer them up.
I got an even better idea. Why don't you guys help me mow the front lawn?
6 kids mowing a lawn. What are they all gonna be holding a pair of scissors while you're on the riding mower? Come on now.
You stick out your tongue.
Hey yo, Jason do not care, bro. I wonder if Tina's actress Jessica had trouble during the dance segments of the show. Because every time Sandy Duncan will either lead her in the right direction or she'll point like directly to which foot is supposed to be doing what. Poor girl.
Kids, I know you can think of a lot of fun things to do. Just use your imagination.
She said the thing. Mom suggests the kids use their imaginations to think of something fun to do on their relaxed day. To which Tina responds,
Imagination.
huh? What do you mean, what's imagination? I assume these videos were written in a way that doesn't exactly make callbacks to past outings. That way you can just pick up one without confusion having not seen the others prior. Certainly explains why the main theme just outright spells out everything you need to know about the series and its characters. If so, they did a real good job at it. I mean, neither of the original 3 videos ever really reference each other. I mean, aside from Amy right here reminding everyone who Barney is.
We have to tell him that we love him. It's love that makes pretend things real.
With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you, won't you say you love me too?
Conjured up through the gang's imaginations, Barney returns and learns of the kid's situation, offering to help with a simple gesture.
I'm going to give you 3 wishes. Certainly you can agree on 3 places to visit. That way, everyone will be happy.
What's important to note is throughout the entirety of Barney and the Backyard Gang, not just these original 3 tapes, Barney is said to be magical. Anytime he takes the kids somewhere fantastical or spawns something into the area, it's either said to be due to someone's imagination or Barney's quote-unquote magic. I say this because after this series wraps up, any reference to Barney's magic is never brought up again. The magic is what led the kids to the beach in the first installment, and also allows Barney to grant the kids these 3 wishes.
Where would you like to go?
Well, I'd like to go to a fun park.
By holding hands in a circle, closing their eyes, and Barney spouting the magic words. The gang decided to make their first wish a trip to a fun park. It's a playground. Did they really used to call these fun parks in the 80s? Is that real? I mean, I guess it has to be real. I'm looking right at it.
But I like animals, especially the kind you can play with.
Bro, you can literally hear Barney's eyes clicking in the costume. That's kind of weird. Jason is sent off to a petting farm early, as he wanted to visit a place with animals. It's thought that Salem Grant was busy with other things that prevented him from filming much of this episode, as he's absent for the vast majority of it, only appearing in the opening and final scenes. It's also possible this could have factored into the reason he'd be replaced for each of the remaining Backyard Gang home videos. Kid actor probably just got his hands full. You know, I was gonna mention how the blue screen effect absolutely destroys Barney here just like it did in A Day at the Beach, but it's only for this section of the fun park, and it gets much worse as we go along. The kids spend time at the fun park on the seesaw, jumping rope,
Barney, Barney, touch the ground.
and even playing baseball.
1, 2, 3, strikes! You're out at the old ball game.
I like this set a lot. It's just so of its time. It's nice, it's cozy, and it's simple. It might also be that this is just nostalgic for me in general, I don't know. Tina runs off during the baseball play and peeks through the jungle gym at the moon high in the sky.
How can that be?
Sometimes, when the moon is in the right place, you can see it in the daytime.
I see the moon and the moon sees me. God bless the moon and God bless me.
The gang then collectively decide to use their second wish for a trip to the moon, of course, by using their mind. By hopping aboard the jungle gym, even Barney, they really fit this heavy suit with a man inside on this little jungle gym. They take off into space, and oh my god, look at Barney, he's so dark. What?
Prepare for landing.
That is the scariest thing I've ever seen. Can I just say, the moon segment of this release is my favorite. The set is like beautifully simple for it being the moon, and everyone interacting with the gravity and sand just feels so natural. Also, David Voss very clearly can't see, like, at all through so much of it. So there's always one of the kids holding Barney's hand and leading him around the set. It's actually kind of adorable. While exploring the moon, the gang run into an extraterrestrial life form known as a moonkin. Not an alien, a moonkin. And bro, I love Moonkin. He looks like a little balloon with little lima bean hands. How can you not love Moonkin? Not understanding his language, the kids notice that Moonkin is replicating their movements, to which they use this knowledge to introduce him to games they enjoy, such as Patty Cake,
Roll it and pat it and mark it with the bee and put it in the oven for Mookin and me.
Jack Be Nimble, to which Michael literally almost dies, London... Oh, okay. Girl was about to say London Bridge. Not yet, but you got it. Ring Around the Rosie and London Bridge. Barney advises they all get going, as Jason is waiting for them back on their home planet. There were so many things created for Barney and the Backyard Gang that would end up becoming iconic within this series, including Moonkin, that would just never be used again. And it's a little disappointing. I would have loved to see Moonkin brought up or even referenced again in some sort of media. But after this tape, he just sort of disappears forever.
And every time I see the moon up in the sky, I'll wave to you. Bye. Bye.
After a heartfelt goodbye, Tina boards the jungle gym in Barney's arms, and the gang soar back to Earth to meet Jason as he used the second wish at the petting zoo, where he's there waiting with Barney's friend, Farmer Earl?
And my good friends Eli and Farmer Earl.
Yeah, I mean, alright, I guess. Not much happens here. I mean, I would have thought that with them bringing like actual animals onto the set, there'd be a segment where they learn about them all, but instead they just sang Old MacDonald. It probably just ran short on time. At the very least, the set is nice, and this is probably the best musical arrangement of Old MacDonald Had a Farm that I've ever heard. It's cute. This segment is just cute. That's all there is to it. Also, Farmer Earl is very clearly just a throwaway character put in so Jason wouldn't just be teleported somewhere on Earth by himself. And also to provide a reason for the animals to be there. He never shows up again and he doesn't speak at all. Not a single line. Just a random man on a farm. Moving on. As the petting zoo would be their final wish, the crew head home in the same way they left. The magic words are said, and they return to the backyard. Barney leaves right as Mom comes out to check on everyone.
We call him Barney. He's our dinosaur.
Well, Barney must be a very good friend.
This is the first instance of Mom hearing that their purple toy is actually the gang's imaginary friend. Although she never sees him in person herself, she seems to understand the importance of his existence, reassuring the kids that their make-believe friends are never truly gone.
When your friend says, "Oh, I really must go," you shouldn't feel sad that he's going away. friends are forever whenever they're make-believe.
She presents them all with a song titled Friends Are Forever, themed around this sentiment. Following this, Barney subtly reminds us that he is still around. The gang leave, and Michael and Amy return inside for dinner. Now, here's where things get interesting. Barney and the Backyard Gang 3 Wishes is known to have been printed and released 4 separate times. Twice in 1989, just one with different packaging, again in 1990, and one last time in 1992. However, only in the very first print of this tape, the original with Sandy Duncan on the cover. After Michael and Amy walk inside with Mom, "The End" is written on screen before the credits roll. This would be removed from all future releases of this video. Thus, we wrap up this spotlight for these videos with this in mind. The addition of "The End" and then the subsequent removal of it implies something quite obvious. The initial admittance that this originally was the end. Also that these 3 videos are together in their own world. Although just about every character would return in the following videos in the series, as well as the TV series Barney and Friends, the tone and vibe of everything following this would be almost entirely different. Therefore, in my own headcanon, A Day at the Beach, The Backyard Show, and 3 Wishes exist as one story, in its own separate universe. An alternate timeline of sorts, in which Barney looks this way, behaves this way, and the kids continue on a path with Barney as they grow older, unknown to what the franchise would lead on to be in the following years. There's definitely a differentiation between the Backyard Gang series and what would be written for Barney and Friends on TV. While yes, the Backyard Gang does introduce educational elements, they're not the traditional numbers and shapes you see on children's television. Instead, it's almost purely entertainment, just with tidbits about things you see in life, and common children's songs reworked to fit with the episode's theme. It's also written to emphasize and encourage the use of imagination in a way that allows kids to always have something to do and to use their mind to look at things in different ways. I'm not sure how I've gone all this time without mentioning this in particular, but the series also enforces the concept of unconditional love, that you love your friends, you love those who are there for you no matter the obstacle, and that you also love your imaginary friends, as they will always be around unless you imagine that they aren't. Barney and the Backyard Gang is an important step, yet one that across 30+ years of the Barney franchise would only rarely be referenced. You never forget your roots, and Barney himself has come a long way since his creation. Although it's been a while since we've seen the purple guy in action, we've always been assured that he's never truly gone. As Mom once said, "Don't you feel sad when your friend has to leave? Friends are forever, as long as they're make-believe."
Remember, I'm always here. And if you need something special, all you have to do is make a wish, and I'll be there.
I know, Barney. That's why you're so special. Love you.
Love you too.
Wasn't that exciting? Yeah, Barney's a great friend. He sure is. Thank you, Barney, where are you? There he is. I love you, Barney. And all we have to do is wish real hard. He'll be there when we need him.
Love you.
Thank you to Emilia, Cameron, and my lovely patrons for supporting the stage.